third arrest. It'll be his second punishment by the league if they choose to do so. He was suspended 3 games at the beginning of this season due to his DUI for sleeping on the off-ramp to LAX the previous year. And if he gets suspended this year, that'll probably mean a 6-game suspension. Is he worth the trouble? Is what Minnesota fans are asking themselves. Is he a good wide receiver 2? Absolutely. Could he be a wide receiver 1 on many teams? Absolutely. But can you trust him? Is the question. Can you trust him to make good decisions and stay out of trouble?
And that's a big question you got to ask, because this offseason, he's eligible for the contract extensions now.
Well, we're coming up on the decision whether we give him the 5th-year extension or not. Remember, he was the first-round draft choice. So do we give him the 5th-year option or not? Do we re-sign Jalen Naylor because we know what we have there? Jalen Naylor could step up and be the wide receiver too. It's got Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, I'm sure, scratching their heads and pulling out their hair and causing gray hair. I know with Kevin O'Connell, it's all falling out, but with Kwesi, it's probably turning gray, because how would you like to get a call in the morning? Hey, by the way, wide receiver 2, Jordan Addison, was arrested Sunday night. We're just finding out about it on Tuesday. It's not a good show or not a good picture for the young Jordan Addison. So we'll find out. If he's convicted, he could do up to a year in jail or $1,000 fine. We doubt he'll get that first time offense in Florida. I doubt that. He'll probably get a slap on the wrist and a fine. But we got to let the court case move through. We'll find out.
It's a damn shame if he get arrested before Brett Favre. Shout out to the Packers.
It was the Seminole Hard Rock Cafe in Tampa. That's where it happened. And it was the police that arrested.
I got to tell you that I don't like his defense. I was framed for trespass.
What does that even mean?
I know.
I don't understand.
Rumors had it that he was drunk, losing his tail on blackjack table, and he got belligerent when he was asked to leave several times.
Well, he has a drinking problem. We know that for sure.
So he's only 23. He's a young kid, obviously not making great decisions in life.
Not at all.
And being a pro football player, you can get drunk, just don't get stupid.
Mix it with gambling. It's like,
That's a quick way to go broke.
Another quick way to go broke: betting on the Packers to beat the Bears. Don't do that.
Hey, they had a 18-point lead at half. Bears didn't even look like they woke up yet.
21-6 until the 4, or what was it?
21-3 at halftime.
Right.
And then they come out, and I think the Bears scored the field goal next and made it 21-6. And then the Packers went and scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
28-6. And it wasn't until the fourth quarter.
It wasn't until the fourth quarter that it turned. Well, that it became obvious to everybody. It wasn't until the fourth quarter, but it was always obvious to us. What I saw from kickoff was one team slowly packing their bags for Cabo, and another team slowly preparing to win. That's all I saw.
The one that did it for me was the screenplay to number 70, whoever that was, when they fumbled it 20 yards ahead. It's like, are you even serious with a play call like that? And they got the ball back after all that, but it's like they were like playing with it. They were playing with their food, 100%.
Yeah,
salty, ain't it?
They sure were. They sure were.
Oh,
they sure were.
28 points. No, it was 27 because
they scored.
They missed the
extra point. Mm-hmm.
That's okay for them, though. I'm sure they're enjoying all the spoils that Mexico can offer. A team that had to be excused from the playoffs for being just shitty. The playoffs are better without them. But speaking of what's better, Brad Holmes had a postseason, I guess, press conference, what you call it, B. Foster, and the tenor of it sounded like he was laying down the law of what he expected things to happen coming up forward. What did you get from that?
Well, I mean, he made sure to grade himself as a solid F for not making the playoffs, which I'm totally okay with, because the expectations around here is that we make the playoffs every year. So it's either you're in or you're not, regardless of whether you go 500, regardless of whether you beat the Bears twice. It's just not acceptable at this point. But he touched on a couple different topics that were interesting, including, the interior offensive line and how we kind of got, the Ragnow situation kind of screwed us because we found out about all that after the draft. And I'm sure there would have been some differing, decisions made, had we known that he was going to retire. But it also seemed like he was he had the injury, had some of the things that popped up in Kirby Joseph's injury report, had that been apparent to them before we signed that extension, that we might have been reluctant to do that extension. And that he said that with Sam Laporta and Brian Branch out with pretty, significant season-ending injuries, those things will be taken into consideration before we move forward with them. So I don't think there was much that I don't think there was much that the Lions fanfare was a big fan of. He seemed to kind of shrug off the future of David Montgomery in Detroit, but also how we were going to play that opposite edge rusher position going into the offseason, because Al-Qadim Muhammad is due for a major payday coming up. So, definitely some big question marks going into the.
Bring back Davenport. Have him injured by the first quarter of the first game.
Yeah. Well, one thing we do know, Davenport will probably not be back. And a couple other guys, Levi Onwuzurike, Pascal. So that should open up some, some salary cap for Al-Qadim Muhammad, because I think that should be probably number one priority outside of the interior offensive line, because he had a great year, 12 sacks. I think he was top 20 in pressures and top 10 and the 12 is top 10. So I think he's going to be the highest the highest sack guy going. That's a free agent going into this year. So I think that you really got to lock him up, because he was pretty pivotal last 2 seasons ago when Hutch was out. So I think even though he's a 30-year-old edge rusher who's been kind of a journeyman prior to that, I think you can ill afford to let him leave. Stay gone. I can keep going.
He's been having problems with StreamYard today. So that's why you get the white screen of death over with pay. But when it comes to Muhammad, I know he caused us a lot of problems when you guys played us. I didn't realize he was 30. That's interesting.
Yeah, because he's bounced around. I think he started with the Bears, or he definitely played at least part of a season with the Bears. But I cut your wisdom. What'd you say?
Well, to me, I find interesting how careers are lengthening. And for edge rushers in particularly, look at Danielle Hunter. Dude is absolutely rocks. And he's up there in his mid-30s. And a lot of it depends on what style they use, whether it's speed and finesse versus just pure power. Pure power, when you're beating on people, takes a bigger toll. But Muhammad being able to get 12 sacks, I didn't realize that. That's good. Yeah, you should focus on re-signing him. I agree.
Yeah, we were top 4 in sacks. We were behind. Well, we were 4 sacks behind the Browns, but yeah, we were 4th in the NFL in sacks. And the one knock on Muhammad is that he kind of got him in spurts. He wasn't the most consistent with it. He started out strong, slow in the middle, ended strong. But I mean, for a team that was super concerned with the edge rushing position and the whole Zadarius Smith situation, I think we landed on our feet with that. With with the 2 edge rushers that we have, and Jack Campbell gave us 5. So we were able to get to the quarterback at a pretty decent rate last year. So got to bring. I think they said that he was up for like $8 million was his estimated contract per year. I think. I don't know. How you
probably his valuation. Now you're going to take that valuation and go, well, he's better than that. He's going to earn at least probably 15 mil. Yeah. I would think.
And he kind of said that he was like, I would like to come back. He more or less said, whoever's paying me, I'm taking the bag, which I'm 30 years old. The last time and his stock has never been higher, probably will never be higher. Get your money.
Mm-hmm. Oh, without a doubt. I found it interesting that Holmes said he had to do a better job. And we hear that from coaches and GMs all the time. That he regressed. Well, no kidding. And didn't get to the postseason. Well, no shit. He finished 4th in the division. But it wasn't an issue, but the execution was. It's obviously you guys have injuries that cost you a good chunk of your season, which was a big part of it. Makes me wonder if you guys are practicing next to a power station like San Francisco is, getting all that electrical magnetic interference, destroying cartilage.
Hey, San Francisco's playing right now.
Yeah, but we'll get to it here later in the show, but it's not, they aren't healthy, put it that
way. In no way. Yeah. Yeah.
But it was something. But I wonder if Pay is going to figure out this.
Yeah, I was going to say, we can kind of transition to, I don't know if we were going to talk about break down the games. I mean, the past preseason, postseason games.
Well, I don't know about other than the Bears-Packers, which, of course, Chicago won. That was amazing. Coming back and we're just watching the Packers wilt there at the end was fun to watch. We go on to the next topic, which was the Black Monday fallout.
Mm-hmm.
We now have, 9 head coaching vacancies?
Was there just 2 more? Just the Steelers and Ravens?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now with the Steelers, it was not a firing or a mutual let go. It was Mike Tomlin saying, hey, I'm going to step away. Which is interesting because that means he still remains under contract with the Steelers. So if anybody wants him to be a head coach, and he said, no, I don't see any more coaching in my future or something to that effect.
Really?
Yeah, he's said it's not, at least not in the near future. I suspect he's going to go yak on TV for at least a year and earn some money that way and see how it is to be, near retirement and call it that good that way. But with him still under contract with the Steelers, anybody that wants him as a coach, it will require a trade, which is smart on the Steelers' side of the ball that they did that. Now,
so that's where it benefits. But if he doesn't want to go, he doesn't want to go. Why is it that you get to step down and still get paid for it?
No, not that you get to get paid.
Oh, under contract.
Under contract.
Gotcha.
That the Steelers own your rights.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Is what it means.
Okay.
So, but we have Arizona Cardinals. We know they fired their coach. Atlanta Falcons did it after the season. Raheem Morris was gone, along with their GM, Terry Fontenot. Baltimore Ravens, John Harbaugh was released. What do they call it? A mutual understanding or something to that effect. He was fired, is basically what it turned out to be. Cleveland Browns fired Kevin Stefanski, but kept their GM, Andrew Berry. Like, that's going to go well next year. We'll find out. Vegas fired Pete Carroll, the 72 or 3-year-old man. That's going to be interesting to see how that ends up and who they bring in to turn that organization around. The Dolphins, after initially keeping Mike McDaniel, fired him. So that's opening. New York Giants fired Brian Daboll midseason. We know that. The Giants are one of the top destinations for a possible new coach. The Steelers, Mike Tomlin, like we just talked about, stepped down. And then the Tennessee Titans fired their coach way earlier in the season. So it's interesting to see how everything goes. Of those teams, if you were a coach, where would you go and what is your selection criteria going to be? And I'll give an example. The Raiders have the first pick. The Ravens have Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Do you look at the quarterback, what's already there to work with, or do you look for opportunities to build up?
Now, when you say build up, what do you mean? You say build up. Okay, you build up from a lesser.
Right.
I mean, if you're looking at job security, obviously they tend to hold on to their coaches for a long time. So as long as you can kind of maintain that standard, you can probably hang around a little bit. I think we talked about that last week, right? Maybe not. Or it's been a conversation that maybe we didn't have it, but
that's another thing. You look at the owners. How do the owners treat their coaches?
I mean, Carroll has been there, 2 years?
I think 1.
Yeah, I was say, yeah, he wasn't there long. So that's a revolving door over in Vegas. That's
but will it change with the GOAT now being a part owner? Tom Brady is the question.
Yeah.
Or is it, same old Raiders?
Right. And then you got the Brown situation. That's probably the biggest mess.
I would think so.
I mean, the Cardinals, it's not ideal, not great.
Well, Cardinals are going to have to decide on who's their quarterback.
Correct. Yeah, I had a inkling of the Atlanta situation, but you guys said that might be the biggest. Not the biggest mess, because I think the Raiders are the biggest mess, but just with the whole Cousins Penix situation, that and Pay even said that Justin Fields he thinks is going to be the next one, which that doesn't sound too appealing.
No. What I'm figuring is you've got the Ravens with Lamar Jackson. If you can deal with Lamar Jackson style offense, that is the place to go. If you want longevity, you want the Steelers, because they keep their coaches for nearly 2 decades.
Yeah, but they got that old ass roster.
Yeah.
Like in the quarterback situation over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mike Tomlin hadn't won a playoff game since Big Ben retired. And he couldn't find a quarterback to replace him. It's the key thing. The Vikings have talked about it for years.
Yeah.
Now, what the Raiders can appeal to somebody is they got the first round draft pick.
Yeah. Is Mendoza really the answer?
Well, we'll find out as University of Illinois plays for the championship.
Indiana,
yes. Pardon me. Indiana. Misspoke. See if they can beat Miami. But I don't know. And with the Raiders, is there truth to the rumors that Brady wants to bring back the old Patriots and bring in Mike Flores as the head coach and put Dayball as the offensive coordinator?
I thought you were going to say Belichick.
No. No. Brady is not probably going anywhere near Bill. But I find it extremely interesting. It's, I think, a long time. It's one of the most coaches the league has gone through this year, being at 9 so far, and that should be about where it ends up. 9 coaching changes is a lot.
Seems like it.
And what is interesting about it is a lot of these coaches that were released are prime targets for other teams, whether it be John Harbaugh is one. You have, who else was let go that, Mike McDaniel is another, could be. You have.
Hopefully he's the OC in Detroit. We just interviewed him.
Well, yes, that's possible. It's possible. I just find it interesting to see where everybody's going to go, and nothing has fallen into place yet. So nothing's moved. Now, Brian, my case, Minnesota Vikings, we're waiting on Brian Flores, hopefully to re-sign as our defensive coordinator, possibly defensive coordinator / assistant head coach since Mike Pettin retired. We'll see how that goes. But he could still, even if he does that, take a head coaching job anywhere that is offered. Now, whether he does or not is a different story. He's been interviewed for head coach by the Ravens. He is going to be interviewed by the Steelers. The whole to Flores going to Oakland has not materialized yet. Haven't heard of any reports that he's even been asked to do that, but that's floating out there. And then the Washington Commanders requested to interview him as a DC because his contract expired today. He's a free agent.
Oh, okay. So you're waiting to even circle the wagon on it.
Well, he's been made an offer by the Vikings, I'm sure, and it doesn't have anything to do with money. They're offering him all to make him the highest paid, for my sources, the highest paid coordinator in the NFL.
So he can't lose, I guess.
Right.
Unless he's just dying to be a head coach, which
is possible. And there's the rumors at the beginning of Dallas. Dallas supposedly showed interest in bringing him in as a DC.
Oh, as a DC. Okay.
Yeah. And so it'd be interesting because, they've got the offense. They just need the defensive help. And if he goes there as a defensive coordinator, he's on a bigger stage, which could help him get the head coaching job in the future that has been delayed because of the lawsuit.
Does he need the stage? I think everybody is aware of Brian Flores at this point.
Yeah,
for good or for bad.
Determination.
Yeah,
we are in the NFC North, obviously, but I don't know how much of the whole NFL media and realm is or isn't.
He was a head coach already, though.
Mm-hmm. Now, some of the people that have been interviewed so far or scheduled to interview are Steve Spagnuolo with the Titans and the Dolphins. You have Matt Nagy with the Falcons, Titans, Raiders, Cardinals, Ravens. Vance Joseph is a hot name. Lou Anarumo. He's got his first. He's DC for what? He has names mentioned. Kevin Stefanski, also another hot hire who will probably go be a head coach someplace else. Mm-hmm. Clint Kubiak, Anthony Weaver, Raheem Morris, Robert Saleh, Todd Monken, Aiden Durd, Thomas Brown, Dave Canales, Mike Kafka, Dan Pitcher, Tommy Reese, Jim Schwartz, Anthony Pierce, Jeff Hafley. That's crazy. And Antonio Pierce is the only one that's been supposedly requested by the Raiders. Arthur Smith, Brian Flores.
Wait, Antonio Pierce already, where did he coach? For the Raiders, right?
Could be. I think so.
You said he was requested
for the head coach position.
I thought he already coached.
Yeah, but he might get promoted is what it's saying.
Like back to, so he was never a head coach?
I don't think so.
Hold on.
I'd have to look it up.
He was the interim head coach back in 2024 for the Raiders.
Mm.
So maybe he got demoted, and he was already an interim head coach for them in late 2023. Went 5-4, and then went 4-13 and was fired.
Okay. You have Jeff Hafley, Arthur Smith. Let's see. Darren Ritchie, Cliff Kingsbury, Joe Brady, Jesse Minter, Chris Shula, Mike McDaniel, we've already talked about, Nate Shilhassi, pass game guy for the Rams, Mike LaFleur, brother to Matt LaFleur, and I expected Matt LaFleur. There was lots of calls to have him fired.
Thought he was going to get fired?
Mm-hmm. But we'll see. Now they're renegotiating his extension.
Right.
And I'm sure he lost money as well. He should have. To lose to the Bears, that's got to be embarrassing.
The way they lost.
They lost. I know. It's just too bad. Right pay.
Losing. Well, I came in on the funniest part of that show because now what you're saying? Losing to the who is what embarrassing?
Losing to the Bears.
Well,
he said it's unfortunate.
For Matt LaFleur to lose to the Bears the way he did
was embarrassing. Yeah.
Was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Getting your teeth kicked in 2 out of 3 times. I don't know how embarrassing it could have been. He's used to it by now.
But that's why the fans were calling for his head.
Yeah,
that's the whole idea.
I was going to ask that question too, because with all this other coaching turnover, should he be a part of that? We led the coming into the season. We talked about how because of the Packers have a unique ownership structure, and they said that they don't do
lame duck coaches. So, and now he's going into his last season of his contract.
Yeah, but they're talking about negotiating an extension. Now, what I said, if they give him an extension, he's lost millions because he hasn't won anything in a while.
The last 3 years, they've been a 7th seed, and they've only advanced past the wild card round once.
Mm-hmm.
Better coach has been fired.
Mm-hmm. O'Connell may be on the hot list next year if he doesn't do anything. But
possibly.
Now, other names are Ejiro Evero, Grant Udinsky, John Harbaugh, which we discussed, Kevin Shepard, Jonathan Gannon, Patrick Graham, and Matt Burke. Did you have any inputs now that you joined us again there, Pay, on the coaching carousel?
You talked about Tomlin, though, I'm sure, right?
Yes, we did.
Of course.
And I'm sure that your Steelers buddies are trying to figure it out.
It'd be an easy fix for them. But what about B-Flow going back to Pittsburgh?
It's a possibility. He's interviewed for head coach for the Ravens and it's been requested today for the Steelers.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a match made in heaven. I mean, after almost pretty much committing career suicide, the Steelers were the team that reached out and kept him in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And what he's done with the Vikings in the last few years has put him right back on a short list to be a head coach. I think,
other than the lawsuit, yes, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, barring any type of backdoor malfeasance, I'll just say that. I think that would be perfect. And the Steelers are the perfect organization to do something like that. They've been ever since the Rooneys took over that organization. They've always done things that are antithetical to the rest of the league in this respect. In fact, everything they've done is antithetical to the rest of the league. They got the most Super Bowls. They hire they hire coaches and keep them around for a long time. They go through cycles after cycles with these coaches. Hiring B-Flow sounds like the Steeler thing to do.
Mm-hmm. It sounds that way to me. Now, Tyler Fornes, co-founder of Vikings First and Skol, one of the three main hosts, he's not worried about it. I disagree with him. I am. I think we're going to probably lose Brian Flores this offseason. But we'll see.
All these openings, if there was ever a time for him to strike, this is it.
Well, it all depends on the good old boys, the ownership, whether they're going to allow him to be a head coach with an active lawsuit.
Hey, when is that thing going to be over with?
When they settle, that's when it'll be over.
It's got another court date this spring. Mm-hmm. That I do know. And then from there it goes on up to the Supreme Court, I believe.
Yeah, good old Supreme Court. Yeah, because this is the Supreme Court that's going to be that's going to want to see that case. So, mm-hmm. I don't see it ending very well. I think they settle and say, hey, you know what, go ahead and take that job in Pittsburgh and let bygones be bygones.
As Tim says in the remarks, he thinks the Steelers should go for leaning towards an offensive head coach versus a defensive.
Bill Cowher, he was
defense, wasn't he?
He was a defensive coordinator. Chuck Noll, I don't think Chuck Noll was a coordinator. I don't recall. Well, I don't know. But I mean, that's typically how you see things in the NFL, right? A defensive coach doesn't work out, they fire him. Or in this case, a defensive coach and Mike Tomlin, they've been there for so long, and they separate. Teams usually go 180. They will get the offensive guy, or if you have a tactician or a guy who's, I guess, hard on players, they go get the coach, the player friendly coach after that. Yeah, so I wouldn't be shocked if they go get offensive minded coach. But I do know one thing: he's going to be a young coach. He's going to be a coach with no prior head coaching experience. That's what the Steelers do. And then I'm sure he'll have a successful time and be there for 10, 15 years.
And then that eliminates Brian Flores.
Yeah, maybe. I think just Brian Flores is very unique.
Different.
Very unique outlier situation for Flores. Yes. Yeah. When I say young head coach,
they trade for Tua to be QB. No, they won't. Brian Flores and Tua are not going till we work on the same team. I guarantee it.
No. Tua's going to be somebody's understudy next year. The Packers have enough understudy quarterbacks. So, speaking of which, Aaron Rodgers, he got Tomlin fired? Yes or no?
Indirectly, yeah.
There you go. That's what happens when you do business with the Packers. You end up getting messed up. See, Brett Favre stole money from the poor. Aaron Rodgers stole money from teams for 4 seasons. So,
yep, could be.
Theme of the show: F the Packers.
Always. Now,
all right. So
I'm just thankful that once the Steelers lost, and it was obvious that Aaron Rodgers is done, that it could put to rest any Aaron Rodgers to Minnesota rumors. Because they bug me.
Needed that last puzzle piece, Dave. Needed that last one.
We need to take a break.
We have what else for Black Monday? Yeah, let's go ahead and take a break, and we come back. Let's talk about this divisional round of the playoffs. All right, so you guys watching live, thanks for checking in. But stay right there. We got some fun stuff for you. Everybody listen on this after the fact on audio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever the case. We'll be right back after our ad partners say a couple of words to you.
Need a Garrett's popcorn break.
Of the why? So with the divisional round of the playoffs kicking off this weekend, guys, what game interest you the most?
Niners and Seahawks. That's a division. That's a divisional rivalry of sorts.
Of sorts. You don't think that's a rivalry?
It is. I don't. It's not. I don't really tap into it too much, but
I mean, there was a Legion of Boom versus Michael Crabtree, that whole situation. So I mean, then it goes back further than that. So I mean, I think it is a real rivalry. I mean, other than
but this is not the same for. I mean, this is a Niner team without Kittle and everybody. Both. There's a lot of missing pieces over there. So.
But that's what they do. San Francisco's always got missing pieces. That's their identity. Other than that, you got in the AFC, you got the number 1 seed Broncos facing the Buffalo Bills, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you all see that going?
On Saturday, no less. I see Bills are favored by 1.5 points. Last time I looked, which is weird. But it is and it isn't. The Broncos obviously have a very good record this season and have won a lot of games, especially with their defense. Bo Nix is Bo Nix, which is fine. It's going to be interesting to see if Buffalo chokes this one away and the Broncos hold them or not. It's when you have Sean Payton coming out and telling the fans, we want you to get loud when Buffalo is in the huddle, not just at the offensive line, but in the huddle. We want you to make it difficult for them. Can you do that? I know Mile High is going to be absolutely rocking. We'll see. It's going to be a good game. This one is probably the closest of the bunch that I see this weekend. And it's going to be wild to watch. I'm going to watch all of them, but this one is going to be wild.
I'm interested in that game for obvious reasons. I want to see how Bo Nix performance in the playoffs. Because last year, even though this isn't his first foray into the playoffs, he was high and by last year. So I want to see as the hunted this year around. Let's see how that goes. And obvious reasons. Josh Allen, he don't have none of those usual speed bumps and roadblocks. It's nut up or shut up time. Shout out to Kelly Williams. The other AFC game, you have the New England Patriots and the Houston Texans. Boy, that Texas defense.
Oh, it's something. It is outstanding.
Do you think they're their best defense left in the playoffs?
Overall, yes.
Yeah.
I think they're better than the Broncos.
Really? Because I was setting that up, Dave.
I was gonna say that.
They cause more pressure with less rushing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they just do it in base. They're so good. And that causes headaches for quarterbacks when they go out there and go, oh, shit, I got 4 guys rushing me and penetrating, and I'm running for my life, which means there's 7 guys out there guarding my 3 receivers.
Mm-hmm.
It's tricky. It's tricky. Now, the question is, will the Texans' offense come to play?
No, Nico Collins.
He's already been ruled out?
It didn't look good. Maybe not. Maybe it just looked bad.
Well, all concussions look bad, but
is that what? Oh, so it wasn't even. I don't know why I saw his knee kind of get jammed into the turf and thought it was a knee thing. It was a concussion.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, from what I remember, yeah, he got taken out. They said because he slammed his head into the turf. But I mean, when your defense is scoring touchdowns, you don't really need your wide receivers, for that game. So.
Yeah,
and I agree with you, Dave. They are a hell on any quarterback. Good quarterbacks and Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
It doesn't matter what kind of quarterback you are. Well, this version of Aaron Rodgers, let me not be too pejorative, even though it's FTP.
Yeah, we could say Aaron Rodgers from 20 years ago or whatever, sure, but
yeah. You're right.
15.
But this version of Aaron Rodgers, trash.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the NFC. So you got the obvious what we talked about earlier, the Niners versus the Seahawks. This version of the Niners, they're banged up. They don't have Kittle. Kittle's probably still drinking tequila right now, probably still drunk on Hornito. He looked like a Hornitos guy to me. I don't think he drinks top shelf. He looked like a Hornitos guy.
It's the hair.
It's definitely the hair.
Bottom shelf with the worm. Yes.
Yeah, that's Kittle. That's Kittle all the way. But you don't give the Niners any chance in this game, do you, Foster?
I mean, it just comes down to, do you truly believe in Sam Darnold?
I was about to say.
Because the 49ers, they're one of those teams that, similar to the Bills, that have just kind of made the best of not having as much. Obviously, they're going to have to go. They're not going to have Kittle in the game, but they were able to make some big plays last week from Robinson and Juwan Jennings, who, just quietly was an All-American quarterback in high school. And I think he was ranked above like a couple like top-notch quarterbacks. But yeah, they were able to make some pretty big plays, and you can't count out Christian McCaffrey, who's debatably one of the best players in the NFL. So I don't know. It actually could be a decent game, but you got the, what do they call, the 12th man out there or whatever. So
it's in Seattle. I haven't looked at the weather. Probably raining.
But similar weather to San Francisco. They're both up north, right?
Yeah, true.
But yeah, raining more than likely.
I'm gonna give Seattle, not Seattle, but San Francisco a puncher's chance. Just because, one, they know this team, they know the opponent. And Shanahan, I don't know how he does it. He's able to scheme these guys no matter who's out there. He's able to scheme them up. And I don't care who they're missing. They're never out of a game. Brock Purdy, sans the last 2 games you've seen him, he was on fire. if he can rekindle some of that, I know Seattle's defense has been tough all season, but they haven't been so tough that they choked out any of the NFC partners, not counting Arizona Cardinals. So I think that's going to be the closest game of the weekend, but the best game of the weekend.
Well, now Tim came with the weather report: 52, no rain. So it's almost like a summer day in Seattle.
Yeah.
No rain out there. Well, that's kind of that's interesting for this time of year.
Going to advantage Darnold, I would think.
How do you think Darnold's going to do in this game? Do you put it like this? Better question. I know Darnold has a unique contract that Seattle can get out of it after, I think, every year in that contract.
Jeez.
Does this do they need to see any more out of him, or are they set on him being the franchise quarterback?
I think they're set.
You're set. He
won more playoff game than he did with Minnesota.
He hasn't had one yet.
True. You're right.
Right.
Thank you, Foster. Let's see if we win the playoff game.
You're already counting Seattle to the next round.
I am. It's just the way it is. Now, I'm remembering last year when we lost to the Rams and the Lions, and then the Rams again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
I think Sam Darnold. For something tells me that Seattle's not all the way sold on him. You know, I don't know. Something tells me that he needs to show one more good game, and then he's locked in.
I mean, if he just completely just poops the bed, maybe, but I don't think you want to break up that connection with him and Jackson and Jibba or whatever. Like, I mean, he had
Be careful. That's a dangerous name. Be careful.
That's why that started with his first name. But yeah, I mean, he had one of the better rookie campaigns that I've ever seen. Is he a rookie?
Yeah.
No. He's a second-year player.
Second year.
But
still one of the best.
Yeah. I mean, outside of Puka Nacua, who just took off at the end of the year, I mean, did anybody have a better year than him?
As a wide receiver, no. I don't even think Puka Nacua is in the same conversation. I think it was JSN and nobody else.
I don't know. Nacua had a crazy ending of the year.
But
started with the Lions.
JSN,
He had like 11 catches yesterday against Carolina.
JSN was doing that every week.
He was, but case in point, Sam Darnold was his QB.
Nah, that's shade. I don't think that was necessary. I think that's gonna be a very good game, though, fellas. I'm not counting San Francisco out, but
no. I still think Seattle's going to win it.
Mm-hmm.
They should. Oh, okay.
So
didn't play very much.
No.
Sure,
and he
still
played
chasing
with
that.
so.
Yeah, that's crazy.
My research on the game. What fans and fan sites and local beat writers are saying. Rivalry hype. 49er fans are worried about injuries. They should be. Seahawks fans, trash talk. Example, Jaron Reed shots. Uchenna Nwosu warnings. Beat writers, Greg Bell. Darnold healthy. Fans discuss moon phases for luck. Seahawks minus 7.5 point locks. 49ers upset potential. We'll see. Rubber match intensity. What I find interesting is you've got a beat writer discussing the moon phase.
What is that?
And how that will help Seattle.
Was it a full moon coming up or something crazy?
I'd have to look. Who's our weatherman? Tim, what's the moon phase in Seattle this weekend?
Crescent moon.
Are they like, is this Thriller or something like that? Are they gonna turn into werewolves? So what are we doing here? I don't.
Well, there is stuff about full moons, new moons, and etc. Especially when you're hunting, that play into it, and you never want to supposedly go out on a full moons are crazier than any other moon.
That's what they tell me.
Let's see. It is, and it'll be a new moon. Real close to it. January 18th is a new moon.
All right, so that means I got the Seattle Seahawks by 6 then.
Mm-hmm.
Best game of the weekend. You got the Cheese Graters versus the LA Rams. LA Rams got to get back on the ship, back on the metal tampon and fly all the way. Now they got to fly to Midway. Play those Bears. Last I saw, the total came down. It was about 48.5. It was the highest total of the weekend, but I think they brought it down to about 43 now because of the weather. It's cold out there today, guys. It's cold. It was snowing at 7 a.m. like that real windy snow. It's supposed to be under 20 degrees for the game. May not snow again, but the weather is going to definitely be a part of the conversation leading up to this game in Chicago. There's a few things I think about this game. One, lost in all the hoopla with the Bears beating the Packers, sending them on to Cancun or Puerto Vallarta or wherever they're at, somewhere in Mexico. The Bears did lose 2 key starters. They lost their left tackle, Ozzie Trapello, fantastic rookie. They lost him. He probably won't even play next year because he ruptured his patella tendon. And they lost TJ Edwards. One thing about the Rams, everybody talks about Puka, Stafford, and their offense, McVay, and everything else. But here's the thing about the Rams that should not go unnoticed. They have one of the highest pressure rates in the league, and they blitz one of the fewest times in the league. They don't have to. They can get to you with 4. Brian Young, Jared Verse. They're some dogs. I'm still kicking myself a little bit over my team passing on Verse and letting him fall that long. I kind of like Verse that year, but I think that's gonna be Roma Dunze.
Oh,
that was because Verse is a 2nd-year player, right? Yeah, so we took Roma Dunze. Obviously, we was going to take Caleb number 1, but not beyond that point. So
we picked Dallas Turner.
Mm-hmm. So I think being able to protect or keep a clean pocket for Caleb is going to be very key, as it is every week for every quarterback. You want to keep a clean pocket. You want to be able to scan the field and go through your progressions without being, for lack of a better term, molested.
Yeah, that's the lacking of the best.
You're right. But in terms of the weather, I'm going to say it again. I was just outside. That ain't pleasant. And now,
but it's supposed to be a kickoff.
Under 20,
I don't need to look. I was just in it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 8 degrees. Wind chill, negative 10.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Now, me, I live in Atlanta now. I've been down in Atlanta for going on 4 years. Even though somebody who lived in Chicago for decades, worked outside in the cold for 15 years. I thought I just had, it was in my blood. I could do that stuff. Move it away, and then coming back, you lose it. So I don't want to hear nothing.
Blood thickens up, and it's just
exactly. I don't want to hear anything about Devontae Adams played.
I was gonna say
NFC North.
Stafford.
I don't want to. Now he's in LA now, so he ain't the same. Stafford played out there, but and Stafford, his career in games under 40 degrees, not good.
Right,
not good.
Playing the dome, home was his dome.
Yeah, and Chicago's at least 5 years away from a dome.
Maybe we shall see.
It's
Don't
coming back.
count the Chicago politicians out. They might build a dome in Chicago. We shall see. We don't know yet. Don't count any. No ground has been broken, so none of those renderings matter. But for this game, that's it. It's the Bears' weather versus the LA's pass pressure. Which one's going to win out? I've been saying that the Bears, for the last month, I've been saying that this game bodes well for the Bears' rushing attack, and I've been wrong each time. The rushing attempts have steadily been going down between each games, and Caleb his attempts have steadily been going up. If Caleb throws for 40 passes again this week, I don't know what to say. This has got to be a game that DeAndre Swift and Cal Monungai just kill it.
Well, I can almost guarantee the Rams will be winning after 3 quarters.
I mean,
regardless of how it plays out.
How it plays out, the Rams will be, because the Bears won't be warmed up till the 4th quarter.
That's when they flourish.
It's a 60-minute game there, Dave.
I know it is. I'm well aware.
No doubt.
And I'm well aware you got Houdini as your quarterback.
His son.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a fun game to watch. I grant that.
I
can't believe the Rams are favored by 3.5 in Chicago.
They are. I mean, if you played this game in a neutral site 10 times, I'm assuming the Rams will win by 6 times. I think on paper they're the better team, but you got to play it at Chicago, and playing it in Chicago and playing this team, anything can happen. I can't wait to see what that anything's going to be this time around. Foster, what you got coming up at Bleach the Speakers?
Ooh, should have some draft coverage coming up pretty soon, but before that, we will have a show grading out our position groups, and we're gonna be grading the last 5 draft classes. That's what we're gonna be doing for certain. So that'll be something you definitely want to check out because Brad Holmes, where everybody tends to hang their hat on his ability to draft. So we're gonna put that to the test.
I know June loves that because, as he famously says, he hates all picks when they come in. And then, well, I guess I was wrong.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Where can they find us at?
Bleachers to Speakers on YouTube.
All right.
Go subscribe. You do great work.
Yes. Road to 500.
It's not a bad subscription either. I tap in all the time. I don't know what they're talking about. But I'm tapping in because it's a fun show each time. Pistons, Tigers, Lions. I'm here for it. Absolutely. Maybe Red Wings soon. Soon on the Red Wings. No, Dave, what we got in story at Vikings first and score?
Well, right now we're flat out into draft coverage. We've had 2 shows come out with 6 draftees scouted by Tyler Fornes. There'll be more. We're going to speed it up to where there's probably 6 guys a week we'll go over. And then this week with 2 old bloggers, Darren and I will be talking about what happened this week in the press conference we had yesterday where nothing changed. The definition of mediocrity. 9 and 8. No firings, no nothing. Nothing's changed.
You don't need any more firings now, do you?
Oh, there's a few we'd like to see.
No. Now that's the content that I'm tuning in for. Everybody, go ahead, check out Vikings first and score to hear that. Who do they want to hit the bucket?
Mm-hmm.
But as you know, at Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan Channel, we got a playoff game to talk about. That will be on your YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and all the rest feed. Friday afternoon, we will preview that. It's all hands on deck. All of our Bears coverage guys will be on there and checking that out. It's also as you always typically do on Thursdays after this show, stay tuned because Pay Dirt, our football gambling show, will also be there to talk about all those sexy lines, building those sexy parlays so you can get you some sexy money. We just hit one a couple of weeks back. So come on, spin the block with us again. Let's get some more money. Who's going to win, Miami or Indiana? Let's find out what you think. Foster.
Tim wonders if you're going to be on time for Pay Dirt.
Absolutely not. Foster. What do they say up there in Detroit?
Dave?
They say.
Dave, tell us what they say in Minnesota.
Minnesota is simple. It's Skull Vikings.
And as always,
the Bears. The Bears.
Thanks for listening to this latest episode from the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan Channel. Don't matter if you listen to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or watch it on Twitch or YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend, hit the notification bell so you never miss a drop. And to all the guys from Chicago, we say three things. Bear down, go Cubs go, and sell the team, Jerry.